Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shxrtz. Guess what we're doing today? We're cooking. It's a cooking video. Let's get into it. Let's go, 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 go. So, what are we cooking today? Well, I was gonna do a beef Wellington, but I don't know how to make that, and Gordon Ramsay would not be proud of me.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
So I'm gonna do something that all of you guys are proud for me for. Proud for me for. Yes, proud for me for.
What?
It's my signature recipe. Yes, I'm sharing secrets today. Whoa! Anyways, let's get cooking.
Yeah, boy.
So, for this recipe, we're gonna need a chopping board, a knife, only one pan, an onion, some bell peppers, chicken for that sweet, sweet protein.
Protein!
Tortillas, and of course, spices.
On our show called Explain That Gram, where we do a deep dive on our guest Instagram, pull interesting pictures.
So, let's get into it. Now, always remember, you want to wash your hands. Now, before we get into it, this is how you put a board down, alright? First, you want to put down a wet paper towel, alright? Before you put down your chopping board. And then you just put your chopping board on top. That wasn't centered. There you go. Alright, let's push this to the side. Then you just want to slap your chicken on. Yeah!
Yeah, boy.
Now, what do you want to do? This is how you hold the knife. I learned this from, what's this guy's name? Nick Giovanni. Oh, it's his name. Apparently, when you hold the kitchen knife, the chef's knife, pinch it from here, like this. And the rest of the fingers wrap around like that. And then that's like an extension of your hand. I didn't used to do that because I'm a cook, not a chef.
What?
Cook. C-O-O-K. If you heard something else, you're wrong. Alright? Now, I'm just gonna cut off that bit because we don't want that bit. I'm gonna just grab a bowl. Alright, we're gonna cut them up. We don't want that. Now, what you want to do with your chicken is just about halfway through, slice it all the way across. Alright? Now make sure you wash your hands. That is terrible. You know what? It still works. I don't care. Because all you just really want to do is just... I messed that up so badly. Gordon wouldn't be proud of me.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
But you know what? It's alright. Basically just want to make a few chicken strips like this. Alright. There you go. Just a bunch of chicken strips. And we're going to whack that on a plate, alright? I got a plate right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that in the camera because I'm kind of just recording right now. I hope my videography is good enough because I'm not repeating this video. That's just a waste of food. Okay, then you just grab your next one, see if there's anything to cut off. Not really. And you basically just do the same thing. Make sure you wash your hands, obviously, if I've not already mentioned that. If I have, we'll do it again.
You should wash your hands, you dirty pig.
Bam! Chicken. I probably should have done the chicken last because what you don't want to do is have your raw chicken things on the cutting board here because that means juices. And that's called an infection. Salmonella.
Disgusting!
We don't want none of that. So we're not going to do that. What we're going to do, I'm going to wash this board and then we're going to get cutting. Fantastic. We're going to get cutting to these vegetables here. Am I going to do it professionally? Is Gordon going to be proud? Probably not.
You surprise me to how shit you are.
But, suck it.
Get out! Yes.
Now, I'm back. And I know I'm using a plastic board, which isn't very good. You should always try to use a wooden one. The wooden ones are best. I don't have a wooden one. I can't afford that. That's why I'm making these videos. So hopefully I can afford it. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the onion. I should have done these first, really, because then like the flavors that are left on the board kind of go into the chicken, you know. But we do move. So we're going to peel this as such. Let's just speed this part up because you don't want to see me peel an onion for like 20 minutes. But we want to peel the onion right here. What we're going to do is chop off the top chop off the bottom. Now I know you're not supposed to chop off the bottom, but for this recipe we are going to chop off the bottom, alright? Make sure you wash your vegetables, obviously. Now the reason we're going to chop off, alright, and we don't actually need a full onion for this one, do we? How much am I making? No, we're not. We don't need a full onion. But make sure you save it. You don't want to waste the vegetables, alright?
Don't waste the mixture!
And then what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly do this. Now, I'm not professional, I'll be honest. Apparently, you're supposed to do this clothing. Now, I'm not professional, as you can see. But, you know what? As long as, you know, they look pretty good. This is a bit thick. We don't want a fully thing. We just want them like these sort of thin slices. That's all we want with them. Now, I don't want to use the whole thing. Now, what I like to do, and I'm pretty sure not everyone's going to agree with me with this, and to that I say I could not care less, I'll be honest. Alright, I like to just kind of do a bit of this. Alright? Do that, and then you just kind of pop it out. What you want to do with your bell pepper is you just want to cut through it so you get slices like that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. And you know what? Screw it. We're going to chuck them in with the onions. Why? Well, they're all going in the pan anyways. It's nice to just mix up the juices. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the green one and the red one. Ha! Perfect. I'm such a good chef. You know what? Yeah. Get yourselves a man who can cook, alright? Who can cook, who can cut and cook. Don't waste the vegetables. Keep that in the fridge. Wrap it up so then it doesn't go bad. Yeah. Now we're done with our cooking. Let's get to marinating. What you're going to do is get your chicken in a bowl. Like this. Alright? Just leave it in there. Then you add a little bit of everything I showed you before. What is in that? You don't get to know that. Okay, I know I'm showing off my signature recipe and a few of the secrets. And if you can tell what all of this is, good for you. You figured it out. Alright, but I'll be honest, I don't want to show you guys. You're seeing the whole recipe. You think I'm gonna show off everything? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're actually crazy.
You crazy?
Do you think I'm gonna reveal the secret of my best recipe? A little bit of that. To be fair, you probably saw what this one is. This is kind of obvious. If you know what that is, you know what that is. If you know what this is, you know what this is. But I'm gonna guess you don't actually know what this one is, because that one's a secret. But this one looks like something, but it probably isn't the thing you're looking at. Yes, I did quite a bit in there.
Called Explain That Graham, where we do a deep dive on our guest Instagram.
And then you finally want this one. And how much of each seasoning you put in? Well, I'm using the call of my ancestors for that, alright? But it works every time. And voila! Now we're gonna add a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit of some olive oil. Whoa, you revealed one of the things. Well, you could tell probably from the bottom. Just a little bit of olive oil in there. Just to get the dry spices a little bit wet. The mix around a little bit better. That wasn't a lot of olive oil. Let me just put a little bit more in. Just a little touch. There you go. Just want to put that in. Get that all mixed up. Nice. Yeah. I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah. There's one more thing you want to add to this. And it's one of the key ingredients if you want this to taste nice. If you want this to not kill your tongue. if you want this to not break your soul. A lemon. Alright, all you want to do, this one's already pre-cut. I found this in the fridge. Just want to do a little squeeze of lemon in there. Now, what's good lemon good for? Well, it cuts through the spice. And that's amazing. You want to get that acid in to really cut through the spice. Otherwise, it's going to be too spicy, alright? It's going to be too spicy. You're going to be hurting yourself there. Okay, and now it's time to cook things with fire! I have made fire! Fire! Alright, we're gonna let the pan heat up a little bit. What we're gonna do, we got a little bit of olive oil. Yay! Not too much, alright. You don't want to put too much because this stuff is expensive and that YouTube money hasn't come in yet. Then all you're just gonna do is just spread it out the pan around a bit.
What?
Alright, now that the pan's hot enough, we're just gonna put our chicken in there. On the low heat. Just get it all up in there. And I prefer to get all the chicken in here, which is why I've got the bigger pan. There you go. All the chicken's in there. We're going to let that cook for a bit on one side. Once one side is done, you just want to flip them over a little bit. Make sure the other side is done properly as well. Because you can't have undercooked chicken. You don't want to have undercooked chicken. Alright. Now the thing is though, with this initial step, you don't want to completely cook the chicken all the way through. Not to say that you shouldn't cook the chicken all the way through. It should be cooked all the way through, but like a little bit left. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is that we're going to put this back in the pan in a bit. Now, I don't have the full chef hands. Unfortunately, I'm only a partial chef hands. They work sometimes, but not all the time. So I'm not going to physically flip that with my hand. Right? That's insanity for me. What I did whilst I was waiting for one side to cook, you could just go over there and do the dishes, because that's smart. You want to have a clean kitchen. A good chef has a clean kitchen, a good workstation, a clean workstation. You do not want to have a dirty workstation when you're cooking food. Look at that. That's amazing. That smells phenomenal. Now what you want to do is you want to keep this on the same heat, and you just want to throw in all the vegetables whilst it's still going, with all the oil in there as well, all the juices. Just get your onions and your bell peppers in there, and you just grab a spatula and you put it around for a bit. Okay, mix it around, really get it all in there, and you just want to let that cook for a bit. Just want to let that all cook and sort of saute a little bit. Look at me using proper chef language. Okay, now we've let these cook for a little bit. We don't want them to cook too much. Remember, this is like medium heat because it's on the big one. We're just gonna add a generous amount of some tomato passata. Alright, nice generous amount. Alright, and you're just gonna let that cook in there for a little bit. Now that's gonna cool it down quite a bit, and that's fine. We don't mind that. Alright, really let that all get in there. Now, whilst that's in there, what you want to do is you want to add in all the spices that we used earlier, and then you just mix it around and really get it in all the areas. And that should be smelling already pretty good. Now this is going to be our sauce for these wraps. That's what we're making today. I almost forgot that. Alright, just going to mix that around. Now once you're happy with the mixture, you're happy with the smells and the flavors and the amount that's gone in, all you want to do is add a little bit of double cream. That's right. Now, I know this is a fitness channel mostly. I go to the gym and all that. This isn't healthy, I'll be honest. It's not that healthy. It really isn't that healthy. But I don't care. If you want the healthy stuff, you gotta go over to Uniform. There, I'll do the healthy recipes. Yeah, that cream is just gonna thicken it up a little bit. Okay, that tomato passata is gonna give you that nice tomatoey taste, and the spices are gonna make sure you've not unspiced it all, and that cream doesn't, make it too mild. Cut back on the spice because you want to make it nice. It does give a nice kick, this, but obviously you can decide how much of each spice you put in. Once you mix that all up, you just want to add your chicken back in there. Why not just add in the juices a little bit more? You don't want to do that. And then you just want to mix the chicken in a little bit again. Alright, and that's going to add in a little bit more flavor to the whole thing. Now, once you've satisfied with the mixing of your chicken in, you want to add the final ingredient, and that is mozzarella. That's right. There's cheese in this. You lactose intolerant people are gonna love this. Alright, once you're done, all you want to do is you want to get your assembly ready. I've already warmed up my wraps. You can do that any way you want. You can either warm them beforehand or afterhand. I like to warm them just slightly, a little bit, so they're not toasted, but they're nice and soft. Then you just want to grab a couple pieces of chicken and a few veggies. You don't want to forget your veggies. And you just want to slap that on there. Look at that. Just look at that. Gorgeous. Once that's on there, you just want to fold and fold. Well, not fold like that. You want to fold like this. You want to fold like that. Fold like that. Bam. It's in there. Now, obviously, you could do this whichever way you want. You could either put this in the pan, get it toasted. That's all up to you. After that, just plate it, get it in there, and eat it. Now that is a banging meal. I'm Shxrtz. This has been fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe for more cooking videos. And of course, peace.